got mindless. Contentment. Well, I got mindless. Contentment. Well, I got mindless. Contentment. Well, I got mindless. Contentment. I don't wanna watch TV. I don't even wanna be with me. I don't wanna do anything. I don't wanna do anything. Anything. Well, I got mindless. Contentment. Yes, I got mindless. Contentment. Well, I got mindless. Contentment. Well, I got mindless. Contentment. I know now. I know. I know now. I know. I know now. I know now. I know now. Well, I got mindless. Contentment. Yes, I got mindless. Contentment. I don't wanna watch TV. I don't even wanna be with me. I don't wanna do anything. I don't wanna do anything. Anything. Well, I got mindless. Contentment. Well, I got mindless. Contentment. Well, I got mindless. Contentment. What do you got? Well, I got mindless. Contentment. I know now. I know now. I know now. I know now. I know. I know now. I know now. I know now.
Well, I know. I don't know if I got mindless contentment or not. What's going on, folks? Happy Monday, I think. I get a little lost in the winter. January 12th. Monday, January 12th. 2026. Already flying by. Let's hope so. I hate, getting older. You hate to fucking rush old man time or whatever. But we have 294 days and 3 hours and 57 minutes and 56 seconds until the midterm elections. Make sure you're registered to vote. Vote early if you can. Vote often. Laura, what's up, sister? Macaroni is in the house. The funniest stalker. If I could choose to have a stalker, it would be Laura for sure. So I did put together a little video of fucking Toilet Paper Rocket Man to fly around. God, did I leave it in here? I didn't. But I actually I didn't have him with the toilet paper cape when I made the video, so I was going to have him buzzing around me every once in a while like a fucking annoying fly. Should see if I got the video anyway. I might have just said fuck it and nixed it because it was shit. Yeah, I did. I erased it. I deleted it. I think. Let me see what this one is. Yeah, here it is. Goddamn bugs. Get out of here, you fucking stinky old bastard. I'm easily entertained. This is what keeps me, keeps people from coming up missing around me. I'm a fucking idiot. So the video doesn't have the toilet paper cape, so I'm working on that. But I thought I'd share the still shot that I have that I'm working with. All right. So how are you guys? Good, I hope. We have a poll up, which I'm trying to do regularly and been pretty good at it. I asked, will Trump attack Iran again? And 75% of the 4 voters said yes. 25% said no. We'll leave that up for the stream. But yeah, I mean, it's the amount of, to the amount of warring that Trump is, wanting to do is off the charts. It's, for fuck's sake, you guys. I mean, look, I get that all presidents do these special operations and, nobody is crying about fucking, no matter what the Trumpers say, nobody's pissed that Maduro is no longer the leader or destroying Venezuela. It's just, we don't do regimes. I mean, you can't install democracy. That's a fucking, an oxymoron. Right? As much you support it, wherever you can, you help folks. Like, I don't know how, I haven't given much thought to Trump's comments about helping Iranian protesters. There's no way in hell he gives a fuck about Iranian folks. I mean, he just doesn't. It's more he wants to be a tough guy and just do more regime changes. We have to, my stance is we have to stop that shit. We should be following or leading by example, and that's not what Trump's doing. So, just clear, disgusting fucking threats against Greenland. Can you imagine what those poor folks fucking are thinking? There's just no way in hell that. There's no way in hell, right? Please, Lord, or whatever. There is just no way in hell that America is going to fucking send military, do a fucking military seizure of fucking Greenland, right? I mean, what the fuck am I even talking about? Holy shit. Gloria, what's up, sister? Cheers to you. Remember, you guys, hit the thumbs up or down, share with those you love and those you don't. If you haven't subscribed, which I know y'all here have, do it up, ring my all bell. Let's send this fucking mess out to everybody else. Why should you guys suffer alone? Max says, the Denmark queen said that we will shoot first, ask questions later. I don't think they have much choice. It's such a mess. I mean, I still have a really hard... You know what's fucked up, Mac, is we all understand the importance of following orders and cohesion and, obeying ranking officers and right, most of us understand. Mac coming from a military family, you know, my parents weren't, but obviously I have folks close to me that are. This, you know, I sit here hoping that for one of the worst possible things we could ever want to happen, and that is our military not following presidential orders, right? It's scary, but we have to hope that if Trump fucking, you know, and I don't even know how that works with Congress, they're not going to be able, he's not going to be able to put boots on the ground without congressional approval, but it's like I'm sitting here, you know, praying that if that happens, that our military will disobey his orders. I mean, because unlike in the situation where we're blowing up boats in the Caribbean, there's it wouldn't be illegal orders to just for whatever fucking if under the guise of national security, you know, I don't know. I don't know pretend to know the Geneva Convention that well or any of that, but Benny says Fox is played on all our bases 24/7. Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous. I think I was watching Laura's stream a little while ago. Didn't Ari have a bunch of run some clips of like Rogan and Theo Vaughn and whoever the guest was that he had on there? These, you know, extreme MAGA, you know, cult members are calling Trump out, and it doesn't matter. He's a lame duck president for one, so he's just gonna fucking go balls out, right? And so now it's all, as it has been, I guess. The guardrails are our courts, our lower courts for right now, and thankfully they're kind of holding, because we're not gonna, you know, and his cabinet members, which we can't count on those folks, obviously. James, what's up, brother? James says, trick play of the century against the Eagles. Against the Sea Chickens, the cheerleaders are doing one. It's going to be a tough one. I think we got this one, James. I know we're down Kittle. I hope that's it. We've been winning. We've won games without him. You know, as much as it sucks to have to do that, we have, and we can beat Seattle this week. All right, had to do a little football yapping there for a minute. Benny says he's raping Robin and selling us off to the highest bidders. Well, Benny, it's just a whole fucking clusterfuck of hypocrisy, right? Like, he's, you know, threatening the Iranian leadership, you know, with severe consequences, hitting them where it hurts if they kill Iranian protesters over there. And it's like, so Trump is standing up and supporting Iranian protesters as he's calling for fucking, you know, the annihilation of American protesters. I don't get it. Nobody's fucking making that fucking connection. Like, he, you know, and I started to say a few minutes ago, started to comment on that, but I'm not sure how I feel about Trump. I mean, his options for helping the Iranian protesters are limited. You go after this whatever the Supreme Guard or whatever the fuck it is there in Iran, or you take out some leaders, which Man, I don't know what to say about you know, I screamed about Trump being an isolationist. And so I don't want to like give off the impression that we should just stay the fuck out of everything. We should only be helping where we're asked to help, not our idea of helping. You can't, again, you can't install a democracy. This is a lot going to depend on the people of Iran. And those of you know me, know my heart. Whatever we could do to help them without fucking, adding to the problem, right? And making sure that when our leaders are doing this shit, it's for the right reasons. They don't have some fucking personal agenda. So he is. I haven't even had a chance to catch up on whatever the supposedly Trump signed a trade deal with China, is that right? And it was worse than before. I mean, what the fuck? His I can't keep all this shit straight though. I need to do a better job at taking notes like any. The dollar has dropped. I mean, as you guys know, no matter what the fucking ignorant chuds want to say, prices are up on everything but gasoline. And the value of the dollar has dropped. Oh, his threatening the Fed chair with indictment. James says, I watched a video of an ICE agent telling an American citizen to show him papers. The citizen told him he doesn't have to fuck off, so he did, only to lock his keys in his car. Status quo. Let me grab the... I haven't watched any of this shit in a while. Because it's fucking heartbreak. It's infuriating. Here's some recent video from Minneapolis of some ICE arrests that are just fucking disgusting. But obviously there was a lot of protests too over the weekend. Some pretty big ones too, like in Minneapolis. The protests were, and again today, and there was I was watching Mercado Media, and he was there was a huge group of people following fucking, I don't know if they were following him around. I shouldn't say that. When I got into the video, they were all in this neighborhood with ICE. ICE had fucking bashed into an innocent pedestrian's car, totaled it out. Then tried to wreak havoc on the neighborhood. There's a lot of people out there up in their grill, which is good. Yeah, well, the same here, Benny. I always fucking yap at those chuds, and I'm like, look, I get that gas prices aren't the same all over the country, and they're going down in some places, blah, blah, blah. But it's literally been, it was $2.74 a gallon here, right down around the corner from me. And I know I'm just one spot in our country, but on January 20th. And it's I don't know what it is today. It was $2.84 2 days ago. And so that's 10 cents more a gallon than it was at this time last year. And though it's gone below that for a few days at a time, it's as low as it's been here is $2.50 a gallon. And but it's been more expensive under Trump on average than it was under Biden, or than, when Biden left office. I don't forget that I paid also $4.50 a gallon for a few months. I don't know what summer it was, but Oh yeah, Mercado. Yeah, he's good. I think he's a really good streamer. He got down last night. That fucking Nick Sorter. I don't know if you guys are familiar with some of these ass hats, but Nick Sorter and this Cam Higby were fucking riding together, and I guess that Nick Sorter dude fucking punched one of the female protesters a couple of times in the face. There's video of it, and the sheriff's department was called, and those guys, they ended up getting called out and surrounded, and they fucking drove off fucking hitting people with their car. So I haven't caught up on what that is, or that news and what's happening, but hopefully something happens. Those fellows do nothing but cruise around the country, and they instigate shit like that until the fucking till the police come out and start tear gassing, shooting pepper balls. So they're there to get the protesters like shot at, basically. They're trying to cause problems, so the police's only option is to just try and disperse or calm the crowd as a whole. And who knows, maybe they're in cahoots with them. Kate, welcome to the stream. Kate says, I watched it on Marcado, all of it. Yeah. Yeah, Benny says 347 or less. When Biden was in office, Laura says 2/3, I would think, would be a good number of them working 2 to 3 jobs, but we have to have a total walkout. That takes planning. Yeah, like they're able to do those huge strikes in Europe. We don't have any fucking... I think, Laura, it's huge. Honestly, I feel like it's because of the huge financial demographic, or however you want to say it, the huge, expanse that is our, our society as far as what folks make, right? So it's very high. I think everybody starts feeling the pain at a little different time, probably. I suppose the better off you are, maybe the less any of this is a concern. I don't know. I mean, I can't imagine that, but Kate says she also watched BG's video of the truck leaving, and then Cam's video of them in the vehicle. I'm not sure who BG is. I'm trying to rack my brain.
Go. It is not safe here anymore.
Hold on, let me bring up this video that James is sharing.
Please do not come to the United States. We are not the same country we were 4 months ago. It is not safe here anymore. They can pull you off the street. They can detain you. They'll do God knows what to you. They're doing it to our own citizens. They will do it to you. Please do not support American products. Don't buy American. Don't vacation here. I'm very sorry to say this, and I want to apologize on behalf of all rational Americans in this country who are fighting Trump tooth and nail with everything we have. We're sorry. we're doing the best we can to get rid of this guy and all his crooked cronies, but we're having a very difficult time doing it. We handed him the keys. An ignorant populace handed him the keys to this kingdom, and we're finding it very difficult to even slow him down, frankly. I think America's done. I hate to say that, but I don't know how much we can do, what we can do to slow this guy down. We're trying very hard. Please don't support us anymore. And to my government, my friends in government all over the world who we dealt with in business and for so many years, you guys were so good to us all over the place. You know, France, Australia, the United Kingdom, of course, Canada, of course, Mexico, you know, Costa Rica, Panama, all over Asia. You know, you guys have been wonderful partners to us for years. I'm so sorry Trump is treating you like dirt. Don't expect anything better from him in the future. He's a tyrant. He wants to be a dictator, and frankly, he's turning into one very quickly.
Do you see any checks on your power on the world stage? Is there anything that could stop you if you wanted to?
Yeah, there's one thing: my own morality, my own mind. It's the only thing that can stop. And,
Not international
and
law.
That's very good. I don't need international law. I'm not looking to hurt.
Again, we're having a hard time slowing him down. I'm sorry to say that. Please don't trust this guy. If you're working in government, he makes you a promise. His promise is worth nothing. I've known this guy for 30 years. His word is worthless. And that goes for all of his crooked cronies in our GOP that are supporting him. Do not trust this guy. Do not trust. The reason I'm telling you this right now, if you're wondering, is because I'm getting out to a couple million people on social media a week now. And he's going to shut me down. He's shutting friends of mine down. He's threatening my friends that have millions and millions of viewers on social media that are rational thinking people. He's threatening them within an inch of their life. He's going after them for taxes. He's going after them for any way he can. And I'm afraid it's going to continue. And I won't be able to say this, so I'm saying it now. Do not trust anything American at this point. We are not the same country. I don't know that we ever will be. Again, apologies from America. You guys have been so great to us, and we're so sorry. Please.
Thanks for the share, James. I think that guy wrapped it up pretty good there, didn't he? Oh, BG on the scene. Thanks, Kate. Yeah, I think I'm subscribed to BG actually. I don't know that I've seen him out there. Yeah, let's hold on. Kate's on top of it. Kate, is this your first time here? I think Marcato was playing his fucking tune that when he got arrested. I'm going to share Robbie's link so you guys can go sub to him if you're not. So they ICE detained him, huh? Because they didn't like his song. They probably used the excuse that he was obstructing justice.
There goes my hero.
Thanks, Benny. I'll check that out. I could probably see if I don't know what's on there. Can I play it without the music? I don't want to miss the point of the clip. All right, hold on. Jesus, I know that's going to get me hit. I want to share this video that Benny posted. But I got to get the music. I have to get rid of the music. All right, there we go. I'm just going to let it run. Hold on. We don't want the fucking captions in there. One of the young people that Trump abused. Thanks, Benny. Yeah. Oh, a lot of music is available for shorts without copyright. I've done shit before where I've been able to post the BMI information. Is it BMI? Yeah, so fuck. The world knows it. It's just like that guy said, the fucking ignorant populace doesn't know it or isn't willing to admit it. I mean, the rest of the world knows what a complete fuck up Trump is, and it's not that they, the rest of the world can't. I don't think that they believe they can't trust Americans. They can't trust all of us to vote with common sense anymore. They can't trust us to vote with democracy and progress and human and civil rights in mind. No nation is perfect, and we elect leaders that do stupid shit, but this is electing a stupid leader. It's not that we elected a leader who is human and has done maybe some really bad shit here and there. We elected a complete fucking, a wannabe dictator. I mean, we're well into autocracy right now. The election, the election's coming up this November. It's going to be, it's going to be a tense, 294 days from as far as I'm concerned, because I wonder what day it is that he'll, is he going to wait until we get closer to the election, just maybe weeks or a week before he declares martial law or the Insurrection Act or whatever the fuck he wants to try and use? Excuse me a minute. It's warming up out here, in here. And my nose is getting fucking runny. Oh, yeah. Kate says, Russia is celebrating the way Trump has been able to dismantle the U.S. alliance in just 1 year. It's amazing, isn't it? There's just so much going on. It's I fucking posted this link for the fucking idiots over there in the White House chat, and Tide was like, what wars? I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? He's threatening 3 or 4 countries a fucking day, you fucking dumbass. He hasn't stopped. It's been nonstop fucking wars since he fucking took office a year ago. Against America, You know, and he's struggling with that war as we see, though it's fucking our streets are being terrorized by his fucking henchmen. But it's just been nonstop. I mean, Trump and Israel, there's just so many, Greenland and Mexico and Venezuela and Panama and Iran. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? What do you got? Yeah, that's the article you sent. That's the link I have from you before, right, Benny? You guys have to check that out. Oh, it was just from late last year. All right. Yeah, you guys have to check out the link Benny just posted. I'm going to pin it. So I ask, will Trump attack Iran again? And 80% of those who voted said yes, 20% said no. Leave that up for the stream. Yeah, I haven't heard much from that fucking dipshit lately. Have we, Benny? From Stone? Oh, look at that. That's funny. Robbie Roadstreamer just uploaded a video, too, a few minutes ago. Yeah, another good video up by Status Quo. And he says, Roger Stone said about 7 years ago in a hidden interview that they had everything in place to take over and crush America. I wish I had downloaded that video when I saw it then, because I can no longer find it. Yeah. Well, Benny, I'm sure there's a lot of, there's a good number of folks, wealthy, elite, whatever you want to call them, that understand that nothing, our democracy is as strong as America is always very fragile, and we see why. It's because it's democracy and we're dependent on each other, to be moral, decent, ethical human beings, right? And we know that money corrupts that, power corrupts that, money corrupts that, selfishness, greed, and two, maybe these folks are more aware of how things really are than I am, in the sense that they see that America is weakened. I mean, for fuck's sake, we fucked up by not. I hate it. It's not smart to sit here and dwell on the past. We got to remember it, but man, did Merrick Garland fuck us. He really did, you guys. I know there'll probably be some people that'll be, and I'm not trying to tear the guy down too badly, I guess, but that fucked us. 2.5 years to put together a fucking case or to bring charges. We've really, I mean, we've gone south since Nixon. We have. Like, presidential powers haven't been immediately after Nixon. Obviously, Ford was very chill. Maybe why he didn't win his election. And the same with Carter. Carter was not an aggressive president as far as overreaching his his position. But then it's gone down, and there's been some legitimate reasons for that, like 9/11, right? But even then, as much as we all hated George W. Bush, and the Patriot Act, and even Obama fucking continuing that shit. Just nothing to this level, but it's built up to the people who are far smarter than Trump, which is almost everyone other than his cult. I think they know that that America has lost its spine, that we were really strengthening during the Nixon and Watergate thing, It's a joke that no one is above the law. It's a goddamn joke. It's an embarrassment. Like we all look like fucking clowns. But to the video James shared, that guy's point, it's like, what the fuck do we do? You guys see me here whenever I stream, just like shaking my head. What do we do as individual citizens, collective or otherwise? How do you fight and stand for democracy without violating, our Constitution, to get rid of this guy we know is just a complete fucking terror to us, the world? It's I don't get it, man. Why are we tolerating this shit? Kills me. Yeah, Benny says, fuck Garland. He didn't. Yeah, I wanted to go in on him so bad, Benny, but it's not like I think he was a terrible person or terrible at his job. He really fucked that up. And I don't get it. And sure, it's easier as time goes by to look at it and go, this is complete fucking bonkers. But I don't get it. I think that was the one big mistake that killed. Like, none of this shit would be happening if we had the balls to fucking convict Trump, as he should have been. And that's just, it goes right down to, you almost can't blame what's his nuts, that judge, for fucking dismissing or postponing sentencing or whatever he did, because Trump won the election. I mean, what are you gonna do? Or he, was in the race and Laura says, New York Times reporting they used planes that looked like civilian aircraft to bomb the fishing vessels. So now all civilian aircraft are at risk. U.S. attacked. Oh, damn it. Let's see. It's probably not going to let me. I hit a paywall with that, but yeah, it was. Yeah. I have a way to get around those, but I can't remember it. Sorry, Laura, I couldn't read that article. God damn it, Benny. Now that fucking Foo Fighters tune is stuck in my head, though. I can't stand it. There must be another report on that, though. Canada and Greenland need to close airspace as soon as possible. I like the Foo Fighters. I wasn't happy with Dave Grohl right after Kurt's death, but he owes his whole fucking career to Cobain. I mean, he totally took that whole fucking Nirvana style and built on it. No, I don't mean to be a dickhead, Benny. I like the Foo Fighters, some of their shit off their first album, but I can't get into that My Hero tune. Yeah, I don't know what to say, Laura. Like, I believe Rubio was supposed to meet with some counterpart in Denmark, I think today or possibly tomorrow. I know it was coming up soon. I don't know what to fucking say, Laura. It's how do we? I guess it's up to when it's these small kind of, like, I don't know how they fucking handle it. I don't know. We seen how the Admiral handled, you know, I don't want to trash these people, but because I don't pretend to know what it's like to be in that position, but I do understand. I think moral choices are pretty fucking quick and easy. They really are. I mean, most of the time, any like kind of semi-normal human being, when the shit's just fucking rapid fire life, right? Shit happen in split seconds. You usually don't need to think about the right decision. It's just automatic, right? And so how the military leaders are going to deal with orders to invade or, you know, seize Greenland, man, I don't know. I keep wanting to say that I cannot imagine that it'll get to that point. But fuck. There's just nothing beyond Trump anymore. He's gonna do whatever he fucking can. Benny says we're hosting a Zoom call on 21st Century Suffragettes, Zoom space. Everyone invited. Link will be on the channel post page. Oh, we can get in there and yap with you ladies? Sweet. Well, I'm subbed to you, Benny, and Diane, and her Jam Chan, and the Suffragettes, so. Yeah, like it's not even normally like a decision-making process, right? When it's this bad. So I don't know how these military leaders are going to deal with any sort of orders to invade, seize, you know, commandeer Greenland. I mean, if fucking, it's just so fucking twisted. Like, you got to think about Denmark being backed by all of Europe. How are they going to handle that? Denmark will have no fucking choice but to show some sort of resistance. I don't know how. I mean, I don't get it. It's really fucking fucked up. Really, really fucked up. I'm so sick of it. Like, and again, I think we're all just like fucking holding on by our ass because we do believe in democracy, and do anything other than follow through with this process is going against what we've been fucking standing on, you know? Yeah, Benny says he's feeling so much heat from what's in the files that'll burn it all down. This has to be a distraction from that. Just, you know, just fucking flood the zone. Kate, are you in Greenland? And Trump tacos? Yeah. Well, He's a fucking maniac. I mean, I know that he's probably being up in his rhetoric to try and force Greenland into some sort of deal that they don't want. But, like, it's just fucking ignorant that Trump is making statements like, China and Russia are surrounding Greenland. It's like, we're out there too, you dipshit. They're not fucking doing anything. We have, for fuck's sake, we had Russian subs off the coast of Florida, not within our international or our national waters, of course, but they're all of our Russia, China, U.S. We're all over the fucking place out there. So it's just a fucking more fear tactic bullshit, and his base eats it up because they're not very bright, and they're lazy. Oh, central Wisconsin, right on. Right across the pond from me, or the small pond. I am in West Michigan and enjoying a little bit nicer weather today and tomorrow, hopefully. Laura says, one of the first things Carney did was to strengthen Nordic alliance. Ask Finland why invading Greenland would be a big mistake. It's just this whole fucking bullshit, too, about Trump saying they need us at all levels, right? They being the rest of the world need us, and certainly reference to NATO, that more than we need them. Security-wise, trade-wise, right? It's fucking bullshit, man. America is dependent on the rest of the world so much. I mean, who fucking believes that crap? How fucking stupid do you gotta be to think? I mean, we don't produce anything here in America because we're too fucking greedy and selfish in a lot of ways. Like, we want to be paid the best to make things, but we want to pay as little for them as anywhere else in the world, and it's impossible. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we've survived 1 year. Can we get to November, and then we still would have to get to January 6th? And then maybe a lot of things could start changing fast. Trumpland? Yeah, probably. I mean, there's just no doubt that Trump has considered what nations or what chunks of land he can fucking put his name on for sure. Oh, yeah. Dare say it, Benny, because it's true. You know, you guys give me the comfort and room to be able to be honest on these streams. As tough as it is, nobody's sitting here trashing America, as a whole, or we're not sitting here like fucking just trashing ourselves, right? We're fucking holding ourselves accountable, or trying to, but we can only do so much to hold Trump accountable. And the asshat said something about, he was asked by a reporter, Laura, maybe you remember from your stream tonight, is there anything that can prevent you or stop you from doing whatever it is you want in the world? And Trump said, my morality. So that's a no. Right? Ted, what's up, brother? Yeah, I think a lot of it is too. Like, he doesn't, the last thing Trump wants to be known as, even though we all know it, is a fucking child rapist, but he is. It's likely he is. No, he doesn't have any morality. That's why it was a fucking joke. Like, the fucking room went dead silent. It's like, are you kidding me? Yeah, he's defective. Benny says, I seriously don't think he's human in the sense of the word. He's defective, right? Like, the only emotion he ever shows is anger. I brought it up many times about his first public comments after Melania's mom passed, and it was the most uncomfortable thing I've ever fucking watched from Trump to date. Like, usually he just annoys the piss out of me or makes me mad. Like, I was just like, this is fucking fucked up. Yeah, he's completely detached. Yeah, Ted, cheers to you, brother. Ted says, so I wonder when Trump will try to kick the UN out of New York. Yeah, that's a good question. Can see that happening. I hope I'm coming through all right for you guys. Oh, you know what, though? Yeah, I have to fix this. Hold on. Oh, there we go. Yay, me. Check. All right, that's a little better and probably less noisy. Yeah, much less noisy. Whew. Sorry about that. It was probably a little humming in the background. Looks and sounds great. Well, the last time I streamed was New Year's Eve, I think, and I was doing some music, so I had my settings different. I tell you what, folks, I need to do a BRB. You guys have wasted a perfectly good hour so far, and I appreciate you hanging out with me. I'm going to make a cocktail and come back and yap some more. I wanted to get into more about what's going on in Iran. Trump's claims to want to help the protesters there as he continues to attack and kill American citizens for protesting. So hang tight, and I'll be back in just a couple minutes. I'm back. As quick as I could be. I just need a fucking bathroom on the upper floor here and a mini bar. That's all I need is a fucking mini bar in the studio, I'm telling you. If I had a bathroom and a mini bar up here, I could probably go fucking days without leaving the studio. Yeah, I know that little bastard's annoying, isn't he? TV2 fly swatters? Trump swatters? Persistent little fucking buzzard. Jesus Christ, I need help. Hey, you know what, though? I'm easily entertained. And apparently, all of those of you who are here are also easily entertained. Or you're fucking self-masochist. Liberal Dan Radio is live. Vance endorses more Nazi tactics for the Mar-a-Lago Gestapo. A synagogue was burnt. I like that. I wonder if Dan came up with that. Mar-a-Lago Gestapo. Let me go give Dan a fucking what's up. Check out Liberal Dan. He is a good streamer. It'd be cool to see his fucking channel blow up. I mean, the dude fucking, he does his homework. All right, I thought I would share the link with you guys, but okay, there we go. Having a hard time copy and pasting. Anyway, most of you know Dan's Chan, but there you go. There's the link to Liberal Dan Radio on the tube. Benny, I love that. I love that scene. With his fucking pants around his ankles. And I don't need nothing except for this TV guide. I need the TV guide. And the stool. I need my stool and the TV guide. And that's all. And I don't need nothing else. Except this ashtray. And the TV guide and the stool. And that's it. Jump down, turn around, pick a bale of cotton. Jump down, turn around, pick a bale of hay. Me and my brother done picked a bale of cotton. Me and my brother done picked a bale of hay. Whoa, Lordy, pick a bale of cotton. Whoa, Lordy, pick a bale of hay. Yeah. He's quite the banjo player, too. Yeah, it's a good one. Shithead. Yeah, that's a classic. Some folks are ahead of their time, Benny. It's people like Steve Martin and you guys that that help keep my faith in humanity. I mean, we all have the same needs, basic needs and wants. You know, Benny said, mentioned how fucking lazy too many Americans are and complacent. And, you know, I've shared with you guys that in the past, politically and voting wise, I was completely fucking checked out on that shit. And you can't make up for it. Is all I can do is give everything I can now. We are where we are now anyways. But yeah, when it comes to Trumpers, you know, when it comes to that, what Americans need to do some self-inventory. And I don't say this shit, you know, just fucking preaching, right? It's like I practice what I preach every fucking day in this sense. I'm always questioning, am I getting it right or am I getting close, you know? But like laziness breeds ignorance, and ignorance breeds fear, and fear breeds violence, you know? And so that's it starts with that laziness, like Benny mentioned. And that's how we get where we are, is because folks are too lazy to fucking, you know, it's not just like a fucking a privilege to vote. It's guaranteed. It's not something that we're just, you know, allowed, you know, by the grace of our government or our constitution that, you know, I guess maybe by the grace of our Constitution, we are allowed to vote, or it gives us that right. But it is who, you know, it's how our country was founded anyways. So to say, it's hard for me to say that voting is a privilege, though I think we should look at it like that. But it's a responsibility that I didn't get for a long time. But along with that, you have to be somewhat informed, and, you know, we all, you know, inform ourselves at different levels. And by that, I mean, you know, we all pay attention as much as however much we do, right? Some more than others. And I don't criticize folks for that, for not paying as much attention as I do, because there's plenty of more folks that are far more informed than I am. It's, you got to give some effort. You got to give a fuck, you know? Yeah, well, that's it. Bread and circuses. Benny says folks are busy being entertained. And that's it. Right now we're seeing nothing but bread and circuses, but soon it's just going to be a circus. There won't be any bread to be had. I had to get rid of that dipshit. So make sure you register to vote. Inform yourself the best you can. You know, Benny has been one of the folks that we all hang out with that has done more than her part in encouraging folks to vote, helping getting them registered, transportation to voting polls. Just do what you can, and if all you can do is vote, you have to do that. I mean, you can't. I used to say, people would give me shit and like, well, if you don't vote, TV, you don't have a right to bitch. And I would say, well, I pay taxes, so I have a right to bitch. It's like, well, you pay taxes to fund a representative that you need to vote for. or you don't have much voice. Yeah, I haven't been I don't think I ever was any sort of reality TV person at all or any of that kind of shit. And it's been years now since I've watched any sort of fucking series, programs, right? I watch movies on a rare occasion. Yeah, I've kind of cut myself off from all of that as well, Benny. Like it's just fodder. It's distraction. And there's nothing wrong with it if people are still able to fucking be responsible and do the things that we should be doing as citizens. I mean, for fuck's sake. I know that it's, and I'm not bashing folks because I know that it is hard for some people to get to voting polls, and especially if you live in a red state, they're making it more and more difficult for minorities to vote. It's not impossible. I understand that a lot of folks have it a lot harder than I do. My voting place is just down the road at a VFW, so but we're 294 days away from the midterm election, so we have plenty of time. Folks have plenty of time to get organized, figure out, I don't pretend to know what it's like for every state, but you can register here in Michigan. You can register online to vote. I don't know about our absentee ballots anymore, if some things have changed as far as that goes. I know that last year I was too late to request an absentee ballot, but you didn't have to have any specific special reason to do so here in Michigan. I was happy to vote in person. Made me feel good. Kate asked, do you think ICE will be at the polls come midterms detaining people, then releasing citizens after the polls close? It only has to be done in a few. Wow, that's a good question, Kate. For sure, I think that there will be. I don't know what the laws are on that, Kate. Like, I don't know what the laws would be on that. I mean, I guess they would have, being law enforcement, they would have some sort of right or authority to be around polling places, as maybe local police would be. Or you just, to Kate's point, you just cause havoc, right? Create chaos, instill more fear, make people afraid to go and vote, like even citizens, because, nobody but citizens are voting anyways, no matter what the fucking Trumpers say, right? Like, there's no illegals voting. I've researched this and researched it over and fucking over the last year, and there just isn't. The amount of convictions we've had over I don't know what it was since, I think I seen, it was just a few weeks ago, late last year, at the end of the year when I streamed, I had went over it again, the stats, and even as far back as 2014, there just has not been any sort of significant arrests or convictions for voter fraud, and none involving folks that were not citizens or did not have the legal right to vote. Yep, from neighborhood collisions, plane rides to the polls. Yeah, it's just, I I think is what sucks is that we've never, as bright as our founding fathers were, there's no mechanism for us to, we just have always assumed that our president would follow the law, right? And so there's no, like in South Korea, when last year, was it? Or maybe early the year before, or late the year before, their president went rogue, and they put a fucking end to that shit, like, immediately. But again, they had a Congress or a parliament that wasn't fucking, corrupt, like our current House of Reps. Oh, neighborhood coalitions. Yeah. Neighborhood coalitions and plane rides to the polls. I gotcha. Plan. Jesus Christ. I need autocorrect on my fucking mouth, Benny. I'm a mess. Jesus Christ. I can't read it all tonight. So I wanted to talk a little bit more about Iran because I think this is going to be the next, yeah, I'm just looking at my note. I'm always getting sidetracked. Minnesota is suing the federal government to stop the ICE raids. And I did stream that press conference from the Minnesota AG earlier. But listening to Steve Lookner, Agenda Free TV last night, he had a guest call in who some of you folks probably have seen the video of the U-Haul truck plowing through a pro-Iranian protester rally here, it was in LA. And that got out of hand, but one of the ladies that had recorded the incident, called into Lookner's, and she is a 21-year-old Iranian woman who is here going to school. I think she's been here for just under 2 years or so now. Lived, most of her life, almost 2 decades, born and raised in Iran. She had a lot of good insight on, kind of what the Iranian people are dealing with. Trump, her thoughts on Trump's claims to want to help the Iranian people, the whole deal with how many folks are interested in seeing the Shah or a Shah reinstalled. Okay, says the Trump regime believes that they have the constitutional right to do whatever the hell they want. Therefore, they do it. Then it has to work its way through the court system. They continue and only stop when they lose at the Supreme Court. And not even then, sister. It's like somebody was commenting on that. It's like no other president has been, struck down by the courts and just continue to ignore the ruling anyway and do as they wish. It's really fucking quite crazy. I mean, again, there's been presidents that have pushed the line, and then when they were called out or shot down, they let it go, and that just to Kate's point, that just isn't Trump. Like they don't care. Like they don't even give a fuck that the shit's gonna be ruled. Like they don't care about winning, if they win in these court here cases or not. Yeah, share your link over there, Benny, for Kate.
To all of these dozen plus knockoff raisers of funds that are set up by people who don't even know that agent. The largest one is over 300K, and the dude says, he's like, I don't know the guy. I just plan on giving him this money if he ever hits me back. And there are people setting like 10 grand at a time. Those are the fraud finders, okay? And I'm not pointing out the hypocrisy privilege to them. I'm pointing it out to you because you're the one who needs to get it. They already know. They're rolling in it. They're laughing at the fact that you still can't figure out that they don't care. Or are you triggered that I'm a hypocrite in every way? Why are you still talking to them? Why are you still talking to them? And yeah, I'm sure you saw by now the continued history behind this dude who is now being hidden in protective custody, you-know-what-a-d, by the regime. So apparently one of his first wives left him and married a woman. We went passport, bro. And his current wife is an import.
Let me try that again with some volume for you guys.
Isn't it interesting that the very same people who are screeching about looking for fraud and I need to know what people are doing with my money are donating endless dollars to all of these dozen plus knockoff raisers of funds that are set up by people who don't even know that agent? The largest one is over 300K, and the dude says, he's like, I don't know the guy. I just plan on giving him this money if he ever hits me back. And there are people setting like 10 grand at a time. Those are the fraud finders, okay? And I'm not pointing out the hypocrisy privilege to them. I'm pointing it out to you because you're the one who needs to get it. They already know. They're rolling in it. They're laughing at the fact that you still can't figure out that they don't care. Or are you triggered that I'm a hypocrite in every way? Like, why are you still talking to them? Why are you still talking to them? And yeah, I'm sure you saw by now the continued history behind this dude who is now being hidden in protective custody, you-know-what-a-d, by the regime. So apparently one of his first wives left him and married a woman. He went passport, bro, and his current wife is an import. An immigrant. Which I don't care about, but seeing as this guy does this for a living, you know. Again, the hypocrisy is the privilege. He has multiple DV records. And, of course, there's a Grindr account for the cherry on top of that completely predictable sundae. Every box checked. They took the Sixers, the Oath you-know-whoers, the Percenters, all these groups, and gave them all of that. Gave them that. Gave them a budget as big as the military. These people who can't read, who have charges, who have anger issues, who have no training whatsoever. You have to do more training to work at McDonald's than these people have to do to go burst into people's houses and drag them out into the street. And right now they are telling you that they have moved. It's not just immigrants. It's now anybody they don't like. They don't like you. Did you not test for him? He doesn't like you. He's telling you he's going to mess with the next test while telling you he wants his goons to pull you out of your house if you didn't test for him. And you still want to have discussions and you're waiting for the test to save you. Did you see the facility? The place that said they can't be held accountable for the agents doing things to the women? You really think all of this, these people are all just going to magically dissipate after a free and fair test where they lose? That's what you think is going to happen? This setup is people that are prepared to go away if they lose. These people telling you that if they lose power, they know they're in trouble, so they're willing to do anything to stay in power. Those people, isn't
All right. Thanks, Mac. That's all right, dude. Mac, do you really need to hear me? I mean, my fucking big ass fucking mug flapping my fucking beating my gums isn't enough. You gotta have audio. Jesus Christ, Mac, I love you, brother, but you're fucking needy, dude. Gloria says you've been muted for a while, TV. You know why, Gloria? Because I'm a fucking noob. Seriously. That sucks, too, because it was good shit. I can try and fucking rehammer it out. Maybe. I don't even know. What the fuck was I talking about? Can you guys remind me? Jesus. I have to rehammer it out. So the fucking things, the same goddamn things, and it's funny to me because I already fucking had to listen to my dumb ass go through this. It's not hype. It's not being hyperbolic. Like the same fucking things that the colonists were charging the king with in the Declaration of Independence is the exact same things that we are up in arms about Trump doing. And it's not just we're accusing them of that shit. You can fucking put the evidence together every day, letter for letter. It's absolutely astounding how similar. Well, it's the same bullshit. Clearly, I mean, we all know that. It's just that at that time the king was already the king, and Trump is trying to get himself into that position, but he's doing the exact same things. I mean, that's what a king does. So I ask, are we becoming desensitized to that, and how do we deal with it when, we've talked about it for a couple of years now. The amount of steaming piles of shit that Trump and his administration drops gets very hard for us to follow up on every fucking pile of shit, right? So when we're not able to do that, whether you like it or not, we're becoming desensitized. And that doesn't mean we're not still crystal clear about what's happening, right? It's just that we've become tolerant to some shit because, well, fuck, look at the size of fish we have to fry, Oh, I am a noob, though, Gloria. I just proved it. Well, I don't like. Turn the mic off if I walk away because I may not. Even though I did go make a cocktail and use the bathroom, I also had to do a dab. I can't do that. I don't smoke weed flower very often, so I have my fucking nectar collector rig, and I've already caught hell from the Trumpers about fucking. I don't know if you can actually use one of those things as a meth pipe or not, but that's yeah. Anyways, I can't do dabs on the streams anymore. Which not like I was big into it anyway, but. Yeah, no, Benny says, I'll never get desensitized. However, I will get more pissed. But you know what I mean, sister? Like, we've been forced to, we really have no choice but to fucking, not that we're letting this shit go, I suppose. It's that, again, there's just so much, every day is a new fucking bigger pile of shit to tackle. I always have good rants. I'm proud of myself. It got bad before the election, I think, where I'd listen back to some of my rants. I used to listen back to almost all my streams just because I wanted to I just want to get shit right. Not a narcissist thing. It's not like I was sitting there jacking off listening to myself. It's fucking fixing flaws, right? But man, I would raise holy hell, as I know you guys have heard me. Sometimes some not so proud moments, but shit I never ever edited. Fuck it. I am who I am. Yeah, Human says, I don't know about the definition to desensitize, but I'm less and less surprised by lower lows as time goes on. Yeah, it's like I just feel like, well, I wish I could remember what it was that I seen that on, but the guest had mentioned, you know, how we have, how after Nixon, you know, Ford was a chill guy anyways. Probably at the end of the day, not a very good person. He, you know, there's a lot of shit. I don't want to go into conspiracy shit, but there's a whole lot of fucking government programs that Ford was in on that was not cool at all. And that's putting it really mildly. But demeanor wise, he was a pretty chill and on the surface rational guy, right? Like he pardoning Nixon or whatever was the right. I don't know, maybe if people are changing their mind about that or not nowadays, but I think I'll always be fine with it because Nixon ultimately did the right thing by resigning. And so Ford and Carter, like there was no aggressive action by these two presidents, you know, immediately following Nixon Watergate shit. But then again, like I said earlier, were circumstances like 9/11 that happened. And so, you know, I think all of us probably supported Bush. I'm sure there might have been a few people that didn't, you know, after 9/11, but for a little while, right? And then you had the Patriot Act, and then I also mentioned my disgust with Obama continuing the Patriot Act, which I think was probably there's two things that I think Obama, though his good far outweighed his bad, but he made two really big mistakes. And I think one of them was, well, we could maybe splice this into two or whatever parts. Continuing the Patriot Act and not fucking figuring out something with Snowden. And I know Snowden can be contentious with even liberals sometimes, but and then not fucking straightening the shit out with the banks, just bailing them out and letting continuing the status quo. Those are my bitches with Obama. I don't know why I got on that, but the progressive aggression of presidential power, not necessarily presidential powers, but any given president since Carter, pushing the limits, right? And this started right up with Reagan and, you know, H.W. Bush. And, you know, I'm thinking about all the bullshit that we've done in Latin America. And so this is, I wish I had a really good way of breaking this, given this picture or idea of that I have of Trump being, and you guys know he's completely ignorant to how our government works. He has no idea about our history, even though he went to some fucking military academy. He and apparently did well. Like he was, by the time he graduated, he was the leader of whatever his class or whatever it was. Not necessarily academically. I'm just saying, I guess, subordinate wise. He has no fucking clue about what's in the Constitution. I don't think he has a rational understanding of many terms of the English language. I really don't. It's not like I'm just trying to be a dick. I mean, and you guys know I'm always beating up on myself about my limited vocabulary, but so this is, Trump is the ultimate fucking puppet. And it's like, because he's able to fucking run his own mouth. Like all the people that are propping him up all have hidden agendas, of course, right? Like Trump is fodder to them. They are, his whole cabinet. These are the people that are in control. And it's, so Trump has these far more obviously aggressive fucking actions of any president we've seen now since Nixon, like the complete fucking fuck you to our laws, our Constitution since Nixon, who wasn't half as bad. I mean, are you kidding me? Fucking Trump can't, there's no way, God damn it, was it maybe the post that Benny just shared with us with that young lady? These people aren't gonna go away easy, even if their legal time or constitutional time is up according to votes or whatnot, right? Like it's probably not gonna be like that. I mean, on those same lines, I think often about Trump's age, and he isn't going to last much longer. I can't imagine. I mean, will he live throughout the rest of his term? Sure, that's possible. So how will he be? Because a lot of this is going to depend on, how is this shit going to unfold? Because to that young lady's point in that short video, that these people aren't just who are being hammered down on now because, are being called out, shown out, know that their time is, I don't know if she didn't really say that they think their time is limited, but more under threat. So how are they going to deal with it regardless of what Trump does? Is Trump going to try and stay in power? What about Vance? Does he just, he's such a quiet little turd most of the time. He just kind of has his own fucking bullshit, fascism path that he's on, like aside from Trump. Or is it all just going to fucking all of a sudden just completely crash and we're going to have a big mess to clean up, but that's where we're going to find ourselves. Like, it's just all going to, all of a sudden, all the fucking terror, like a war ending, and you're just left with, a flattened city or nation, Yeah. Nixon was an angel compared to Trump. Like I said, he was fucked up. I mean, whenever, and I'm sure a lot of us do, it's always fun to go back and revisit that shit so we stay in tune. But he was fucked. He was a dirty bastard. But at the end of the day, it's like the gig is up, right? Trump doesn't have, like, Nixon wasn't a narcissist, I don't think. Nixon was a very smart person. He didn't suffer from Asperger's or adult autism, which I truly believe Trump does, because Trump shows no emotion but anger. No emotion but anger. Even his little chuckles, it's just it's like second nature, I guess, or he has trained himself to it's a social cue. Yeah, I'm shocked. Again, I try not to be too shitty about it. Like, for a while, I made a lot of I pressed Trump on or would always fucking be a dick about Trump when he was trying to put together his fucking whatever bullshit speech after January 6th. How he kept like they had some outtakes from it, and he said yesterday is a hard word for me. But I'm shocked that, like, how do you get through school and all that? How do you fucking run businesses like this and not can't pronounce yesterday or acetaminophen or origins or I don't know. It's fucked. I don't know. I mean, and I don't feel like it's like, and I read a lot of shit on here, and you guys have seen, plenty of folks have seen me struggle with some words that are understandable to struggle with and some that aren't. Yeah, Kate says they both thought or think Article 2 gives them the power to do whatever they want. Presidents cannot commit crimes, but SCOTUS has, I don't know what the fuck that. I'm still like in shock about how a president can now not be held accountable for anything he does while in office. And the bullshit about determining what is official business and otherwise is a joke. Kate says Tricky Dick had the same ideology, though. Yeah, Kate, that I guess, Trump's an old bastard, though, too. So, me being 55, Gen Xer, right? Raised in West Michigan. I pretty much lived that same lifestyle or upbringing that most of America did, like from the post World War II time up until about now, right? Or up until technology took over, maybe in the early 90s. And I guess I can see that. I mean, it's almost like the fucking racism was more out there, more accepted, but more toned down, all through the 60s, the 70s, and into the 80s. Trump is the epitome of that, I think. I mean, you can only imagine what it would have been like being, a child of his father, Fred Trump, right? And we've all heard all the stories of the fucking slumlord bullshit and the racism that they displayed or engaged in, not accepting folks of color or whatever, minorities, into their rental units. Human says, I imagine myself at recess with that kid. Aaron, what's up, brother? Cheers to you. Aaron, are you fucking making short floor shiny tonight? Keeping the equipment all fucking tidy? Should we check our poll? POLL. So I asked tonight, will Trump attack Iran again? And out of 18 voters, 89% said yes, 11% said no. I'll try to remember to end that poll before I end the stream. Yeah, we lost our balls, Kate. I think we, you know, if there's one thing that I've really gotten two things that I've gotten hung up on, but not necessarily Garland dropping the ball. The fact that there was no reason for it to take so long to indict Trump. And then, I feel like that's a mistake that didn't need to happen for sure. The riot of January 6th is something that wasn't preventable, I guess, from our, anything we could have known or done to stop that. Even if we knew that was what was going to happen, it would have been very difficult for it, like any of us as individuals or even collectively, to do anything. Those two things are probably the hardest from our fucking era of Trump. Era for me to swallow. I've tried hard without sounding like a fucking complete fucking dumbass man. Trump is a rapist, convicted rapist. But we won't have any fucking protection for folks that Trump has violated if we don't have a constitutional republic. And so what happened on January 6th is just the ultimate, like, how bad it was is enough. But then the fact that we didn't do a fucking thing to adjust for it. I don't know, you guys. That you can probably tell that one hurts me, and it's not. I mean, how can I take any sort of personal offense to that? It's almost impossible, right? Just because of my physical location, blah, blah, blah. It's because it's such a threat to everything that America has been, all the hope that we are for ourselves and for the world. It's like there hasn't been a bigger blow. Not even close. And again, not just because of what happened that day, but more so because we haven't done a fucking thing to adjust for it. It's really hard. James says, have I mentioned the weather? I don't think today you have, brother. I'm trying to pull up my current temperature right now, James. All right. I am 33 degrees at almost 10 o'clock at night. And it's actually going to get warmer throughout the night. And I will be a balmy 42, James, tomorrow. And then fucking winter comes back. I have a bunch of chocolate chips downstairs, and I told Mrs. V and Holland that I would make my kid that I would make some chocolate chip cookies. I made a batch because she was buying these prepackaged shit. And I'm like, get me some. I went into the kitchen. I'm like, I need this. We had most of this stuff last week, and I said I'll make fucking chocolate chip cookies. And then the next, I don't know, a few days later or whatever, after they're gone, I'm like, is all I need now is chips to make more fucking chocolate chip cookies. I gotta watch that shit though. It's like snacks or a cocktail because I can't have both. I feel like I have some sort of fucking blood sugar issue lately, you guys. I don't want to get on that. I don't want to worry anybody. I just happen, 120 fucking degrees 2 days ago. Yeah, that's what you said. Oh, is it nice now? Well, that's good, brother. You're, James, do you get the worst at the end of your summer? Because we're starting to go into that, right? It's middle of summer now for you, right? Even though we are, still officially 60 days out on winter, but once we get into fucking March, man, I start breathing a little bit easier, even though we can still have really cold days. I know that we're probably not going to have fucking days on end of sub-zero temps and fucking snow. Max says the 5th winter there in North Carolina mountains with no snow. Kay says the only good thing about global warming is the winters aren't so harsh. I know, that's, even though I don't feel like they've been as cold, Kate, but like we got fucking hammered early this year. Like we had fucking 2 feet of snow on the ground in the first week of December. But now we're getting this nice little break, but in a couple of days we're going to be getting really, and I know you over there in Wisconsin, you guys get way colder than I do. Thankfully, it's you and not me. January to early March, right on. Oh, you do have snow in the mountains, just not where Mac is. That wind comes down there and those whales are getting crazy. They're doing something. The whales are getting crazy. All right. You guys have wasted another perfectly good 2 hours of your time. I appreciate you, though. I hope I can get out of my slump because I always feel good and love yapping with you guys. It always having a nice rant always calms me down, you know. Oops. All right, since James brought it up, the windmills. Windmills. Here is my little Trump ditty. Took some Trump's fucking clips, and it's great because he talks about electrical vehicles in this little music video. And, you know, the issues with having an electric vehicle, like, I mean, we all need potatoes, and no matter where you are in the U.S., if you want to fucking drive to Idaho and get some potatoes, not my suggestion. That's what Trump, I guess, thinks happens. I don't know. I guess whenever he has potatoes, he thinks that someone drives to Idaho for him to get them. And then, so Trump's concern with EVs not being efficient enough are if you have to drive somewheres like Idaho to get potatoes, and these are all true statements, if you have to go down to the store to, say, to get some new underpants. Yeah. All right. I love you guys. Be good, okay? Peace and love. TV2 out.
Those whales are getting crazy. Doing something, 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 those whales are getting crazy. The wind is a rough one because it kills all your birds. You know, that noise goes down there and those whales are getting crazy. You say, gee, let's drive to Idaho. Let's get some beautiful potatoes. You know, that noise goes down there and those whales are getting crazy. Doing something, those whales are getting crazy. Doing something, those whales are getting crazy. Doing something, those whales are getting crazy. The wind is a rough one because it kills all your birds. You know, that noise goes down there and those whales are getting crazy. Or if you want to drive from a store because you want to buy new underpants. You know, that noise goes down there and those whales are getting crazy. Doing something, those whales are getting crazy. Doing something, those whales are getting crazy. Doing something, those whales are getting crazy. Crazy, 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 crazy.